Hey, my name is Prez Harris. This is my 24/7 HH King Bars. And this is a verse I have from my song called The Wall. Look, took a minute, got my mind right. Got to focus on the limelight. Still up in it, I survive hype. But in a room filled with light, how you shine bright. Plus it's dog eat dog, can you survive bites? In a world so dark, seem like we lost sight. But when them days feel short and you got long nights, you gonna throw in the towel and give a strong fight. I was just kind of talking about coming back after a break from working on music and releasing music, change as an artist in the terms of like skill as well as like mindset, more focused on creating music with like a positive message. In a room filled with light, how you shine bright. I meant like in this room of like people where everybody is like making music and everybody is doing their own thing and doing it well. How can you stand out? How can you be a brighter light than everybody else? And so on top of that, everybody will do whatever they can to like, you know, make it to the top. So like it's dog eat dog. Can you survive bites? Like people who are stealing what you have or copying you and doing certain things. I said in a world so dark, it seemed like we lost sight with everything that's going on recently in the news, everything that's happening in Chicago with the violence and the killings. Like it seems like we just kind of lost sight of our way. We don't have direction anymore. Like a lot of things are out of hate and instead of out of love. And we kind of lost sight on doing things for the love of things and doing things to progress the community. I was just talking about having struggles and struggling through things because at this time I was going through like a rough year in school or like a rough year socially. So like when you're going through all these things, are you just going to give up? Are you going to persevere and try to push through that and actually, you know, keep fighting? Well, if you asking me, as you can see, I'm back, baby, fashionably, late as can be, but tragically, I'm different. Oh, maybe I found something that's missing. It's black excellence. Ain't nobody checking him, so you can get right or get left. I'm ambidextrous, somewhat a perfectionist, subliminal messages. Drop to some up next again. She probably in my text again. But lessons been learned, money's been earned, and power's been yearned, and that's nothing. I'm done with the fear. I'm changing ears. Let's take it all back to when music meant something. I'm a little bit late, but I'm back to do this thing musically and actually do it with a purpose. And I came back with a new mindset and a new sound and trying to do something that was different than everybody else, something unique, but also something that would mean something to people across the globe. And I said, it's black excellence. Ain't nobody checking him, so you can get right or get left. I'm ambidextrous. A quick little flex, and it was like, you can either get right and actually do something that means something to people, or you're gonna get left in the past. Somewhat a perfectionist, subliminal messages. Drop this on them next again. She probably in my text again. There's a few people that actually only like message me when I do something, like when I drop a song or like have a show or something like that. So that was a little shout out to them. She did end up texting me, so shouts out to her. So since then, all these things have happened. We made some money, we gained some power. But overall, we learned from it. And so from there, we're going to move forward. That was stemming from a conversation where I had with one of my friends who also makes music. And he said, most people's problem with pursuing their dreams is their fear to not be able to accomplish it. I was listening to him talking. I was like, that's real. And I was seeing it within myself. So I said, I want to put that in the song and tell people like, I'm done with this fear. We're going to go into the studio and we're going to make something that's different. We're going to change the way that you listen to music. And we're going to take it back to when music was important to people, and it still is. And just kind of do it differently based upon an old school style, which was sampled in the song. So I think the overall vibe of the song was to go from like this sense of like self and individuality into like community. It's called The Wall, and it's about like breaking down barriers together. And so the first verse, it just kind of stemmed from me being in a place where I felt like I was making music to like change the world and to do things that would inspire people, but at the same time I was just like, let me just get all the clout and let me just have all the fun and like get all the girls and enjoy all the stuff, which is cool, but like it was coming to a point where I put too much emphasis on it. So I was saying like I had to get my mind right, actually take a minute and like focus on making music to like have a purpose. And so I got to focus on like being in the limelight, people like giving you praise and everything. The purpose of the music that I was making kind of came from a lack of music that was like it, in the sense of I was having a conversation with a friend, and we were talking about making music and just like having fun with it, and he was like, we need to do this more with a purpose. We need to do something that'll change people's lives and affect people's lives, especially from the community that we're from. I was raised in Maywood, Illinois, west suburb right outside Chicago. He was raised over in Hyde Park. So we both came from underserved communities, and so we wanted to do something that would inspire people that were like us. We felt that we had a unique experience from going to Northwestern and being able to have a college education and be creative and make this music. And so we wanted to do something that would give back to those communities and tell people the importance of like education, the importance of loving people, the importance of being a positive image in the community and not being a part of certain things that will damage the community and things of that sort. And so the production behind the beat is stemmed from growing up. My parents listened to a lot of old music. One of the groups that they listened to a lot was Kool and the Gang, and so I would listen to it and I would, like their songs because it had this like dance, like funk, soul style. I was listening to Get Down on It, and I was trying to come up with a vibe that would make people kind of do what they wanted to do in their own life. And so I always think of like dancing as like a metaphor for that, because like you can dance like by yourself or you can dance with like a community of people. So if everybody's in sync, it's like a beautiful thing. So I just kind of ran with that concept. So we took this sample, and one of my friends, Thaddeus Tukes, vibraphonist, rapper, singer, plays every single instrument, just great overall musician. I came to him with the sample and was like, yo, I'm kind of rocking with this. Let's see if we can do something with it. And he just kind of flipped it all around, added some like Chicago dance style, not as much footwork, a little bit of bop. And so we just kind of ran with it. I put the verse over it. We adjusted a few things, and then later on there's like a chant with it at the end where we're kind of talking about breaking down any barriers. People always think I'm talking about Trump, but it's more so like a figurative wall and actually breaking that down. Moving forward in life and trying to progress and do everything that you want to do for yourself, your family, and your community, so that we can overall just have a better world.